Saturday, October 20th, 2012, and I am back on the Appalachian Trail once again. You can see behind me, that's Hughes Gap. I'm not continuing my through hike right now. I'm just back out for the first time on the AT since my through hike attempt was cut short by injury. But today I'm just going on a little hike from Hughes Gap to Over Mountain Shelter heading southbound. And then tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and hike back to 19E. I parked my car at Mountain Harbor Bed and Breakfast and Hostel, where I've stayed several times with providers Mary and Terry. If you ever watched any of my other videos, I've kind of explained the situation up there. They're great people. They offer shuttles, they've got a hostel, they've got a B&B, and all for a very reasonable price. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head on up. I'm going over Roan Mountain first, heading, as I said, south, and it's a 2,200 foot elevation gain over about 2.5 miles. So I've done it before. The first time I did it was really hard, but the more I do it, the more I understand the situation. I just pace myself a little bit slower. But the leaves out are gorgeous this time of year. Hoping it holds up. So I'll kind of check in periodically as I come up with some interesting things. Sorry for my voice. I'm still fighting a little flu bug, so onward and upward. Just made it to the side of the Cloudland Hotel, which is on the North Carolina-Tennessee border, just close to the top of Roan Mountain. We'll get a little bit further till I get to the top of it, but the old hotel used to sit right on the line, and on one side of the hotel you could drink and the other side you couldn't. So in Tennessee you were allowed to drink, and on the North Carolina side you weren't. And there used to be a sheriff in there apparently that used to monitor that and just look for people to snag if they stepped over that line in the middle of the hotel. So I thought that was a pretty interesting piece of information. You can see behind me, that's a clearing for it, and I'm going to head down and grab some food. So lunchtime, and then down into Carver's Gap, and then over the Balds, and then hopefully to Over Mountain Shelter for the evening. And it's brisk today, so it's good hiking weather. A little overcast, so the views haven't really been there just yet, but all in all, it's still a great day. Okay, behind me, you see Roan Mountain. That's what I just came over. I'm going to try to kind of give you an idea what you're doing. You come across the top of this over here, and up over the top, then you're going to zigzag back down. Now down here where the cars are at, that is Carver's Gap, and that's the North Carolina-Tennessee state line. I will try to put something down here in the bottom as to what road that is across it. But it's actually a good starting point for a lot of hikes if that's what you're looking to do, just come up here and do that. So just be aware there's a good parking area at Carver's Gap, and it's right after you come down off of Roan Mountain, and I'm about ready to come up to the Balds. Round Bald. It's 8:30 on Sunday, October 21st, day 2 of my little adventure here over the Balds and Hump Mountain and Roan Mountain, Tennessee. So, got a little chilly last night. Had frost on my tent this morning. Wasn't really as windy as I thought it was going to be, but it was pretty cold. So I bundled up in my sleeping bag, and hence why I'm getting a late start today, because it's always hard to pry out of the sleeping bag on a cold morning. But nonetheless, I'm on my way. I've got about 9-10 miles, I guess, to get back to my car at 19E. And as I go through and get to the Balds and Little Hump and Big Hump Mountain, I'll take some video up there. It starts off with a relatively steep climb up the side of a hill here, but I'll get a shot of Over Mountain Shelter on the way up. Alright, I just reached the top of Hump Mountain. It's a little cloudy, but in the background you might be able to make out that is Grandfather Mountain in the background. So it's been a great hike. It is a haul up to get to the top of that coming northbound. But other than that, it's a wonderful hike. From here, downhill, all the way down to 19E. There's a couple more little small viewpoints that I'll point out, but other than that, great day, great time to get up here. former site of the old apple orchard shelter. It was torn down this year. They do have a campsite now. Behind it there is the old apple orchard shelter, which is way back in this area over here. And also right behind it there's a stream. So if you get here and you're expecting to see a shelter, there is not one. It's only a mile from 19E. But they look like they've replaced it with some campsites and a fire ring. So just be aware of that if you're planning a trip out this way. It's 1 o'clock. I just made it back to Mountain Harbor Bed and Breakfast and Hostel. It was a great experience this weekend. I highly recommend doing this trip. If you got any questions for anything, please feel free to shoot me an email or post a comment below and I'll see what I can do to help you out. But more importantly, get out and hike.